Don't ever let anybody tell you because of your age that you can't do it. Some of the largest CEOs in the world, or the largest entrepreneurs in the world, started their companies at 19, 20, 21 years old. And especially when you're young, people want to try and tell you how to live your life, and most of it's out of love, right? Like, they want you to succeed and they don't want to see you fail. They want to help you into the right path. But if you have a goal and you know that you're going to let yourself down if you don't try that now, then what are you waiting for? Like, what are you waiting for? You know what I mean? Because you're gonna be the one who's having problems sleeping at night, knowing that you never tried it. I think that's the hardest part. And, you may as well start now, because the younger you are, the more risk that you could take. The less bills you have, the less kids you have, the less whatever. So it makes more sense to just go and try and start that business now, or get that dream job now, or, go do that trip or whatever. You have the ability to take these kind of risks because you're young. And if you screw up, you have a lot of time left in your life to fix it. So, don't let yourself down. Go out and do something with your life, especially if you're young. And don't let people tell you just because you're 18 or 19 or 11 years old that you can't do something. We are all the same genetic makeup, and we all have the same ability to go do whatever we want. And the people who are the most rich and successful aren't any different than who you are. The only difference between you and them is that they found a consistent path that they could take to grow, and they studied and they learned and they built. And the thing about being young and starting something is that you have an advantage over all those people. Like, you could start now and start building way sooner before they did, way before they did. So, if anything, being young and trying to build something, it's an advantage. It's an advantage for you as somebody who wants to take that big risk, who wants to build something, So, again, get phone calls during the video. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something because of your age. Because if anything, it's an advantage. You have way more time now to do it. You can fix it if you screw up. And what's the worst that could happen? You know what I mean? You're in the same position that you are today. So this is just, something that's near and dear to me, because at the beginning of my career, a lot of people told me that I couldn't do it because of my age specifically. And even to this day, I'll step into appointments and people will comment on my age right off the bat. They'll say, "Oh, you look so young. How long you been doing this?" One time I had a guy literally kick me out of an appointment because I was too young. And the funny thing is that most of those people, not to be a dick about it, but I double their yearly salary in 3 months. So you can't let you can't let other people talk about your age and say that you can't do it. It's so crazy, absolutely insane. You need to start now if you want to start now. And a quote that I always think about is something in an Alex Hormozi video. Is that, I'll know if I didn't do what I wanted to do. It doesn't, whatever. It doesn't matter what everybody else thinks, whatever. But I'll know. And that's the biggest issue, is are you going to be good sleeping at night knowing that you didn't do what you wanted? That you didn't start when you wanted because, what somebody else is saying to you, whose opinion probably doesn't even matter to you that much, you're going to let that rule your life. I mean, if you have any bit of self-respect, you shouldn't do that. So, with all that being said, that's all that I have for today. But don't let anybody tell you because of your age that you can't do it. Absolutely crazy. Have a wonderful day.